Welcome back everybody, I hope you're having a beautiful day today, and I hope you're ready for what we're going to read today. It's going to be a fun episode and I hope you're excited. The first one that we're going to read is on True Off My Chest. My sister announced that she eloped a week ago and we're in shock. Earlier today, my sister announced that she and her boyfriend, now husband, eloped a week ago. They went to City Hall on the 4th of July to get married, and then they took a trip for their honeymoon. They got back last night. They didn't tell anybody about their plan to go to City Hall beforehand. To say that we're all shocked is an understatement. I'm also disappointed. My parents are just beside themselves. We all get along with their boyfriend and vice versa. No one would have objected to them getting married. They don't want kids, so the quick wedding wasn't because they want kids. They said they didn't want to bother with the expense or stress of planning a wedding, but in doing this they completely cut out any. You have to recognize that weddings are about bringing two families together and that you need to invite friend's family when they travel to our city. But my sister didn't even have a wedding. I'm sure his family must be upset too. My sister says that they aren't, but I don't believe that. They live in the same city as my sister and him, and they were cut out too. My sister didn't have a wedding and she turned down our parents this morning when they offered to have a ceremony and a reception. I'm just in shock, and not in a good way. She cut us out. Yeah, the top comment, I think their marriage is for them. It isn't for you or the rest of the family. This reaction says a lot about how wedding planning would have gone, and it's probably why they eloped. Yeah, 100%, they don't have to do anything. It's completely their decision, OP. Like this comment says too, well, she doesn't have to get married the way you wanted to. Lol, good for her. Yeah, and also this comment. Imagine hearing that your sister got married and saying none of us would have objected. Yeah, I felt a bit weird when I read that bit too. Like what, it's up to your family whether or not they get married? And yeah, the fact that the whole family is beside themselves, that's probably half the reason they wanted to elope in the first place. And also, by the sounds of it, they wanted to surprise everybody. Like, it's not that big of a deal. They wanted to get married, they wanted to do it low-key, and they didn't want a wedding and stuff. That's okay. And also, you have to read between the lines too. There definitely has to be a reason they didn't want to tell the family. Maybe the family was entitled and overbearing and stuff. And also, that sentence at the end, I'm sure his family must be upset. My sister says that they aren't, but I don't believe that. Like, they're probably not upset. They said that they're not upset. Like, the idea of it was probably overwhelming. And the thought of all the family members wanting to help with the wedding planning and stuff, yeah, obviously they just didn't want a big hassle. And that's okay. It's their relationship. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot more to this than what the post says. The next one is called, Am I the a-hole for checking my adult daughter's phone? Last night I needed to put an important date on my calendar, and to make sure I got the date right, I went to check some messages I had with my oldest daughter, as we had been talking about it a while back. Also, by the way, this one is marked as the a-hole, so keep that in mind. However, my son was watching videos on my phone, so I asked said daughter for her phone. When I did, she asked why, which made me suspicious. Suspicious of what? Asking why is definitely reasonable. After all, why would she need to know unless she was actively hiding something from me? Oh, that's not true. I found the date and I went through more of her messages just to make sure there wasn't anything going on. Oh god. All this time she was pacing back and forth trying to get the phone back from me. She asked me why I need her phone again, and I tell her, to which she replies that I could have just asked her directly. The problem is she has a habit of forgetting things like dates, and I didn't want to risk either of us getting it wrong. She also tends to keep secrets from me, especially when it's something serious. This is the only way I can know for sure that she's not trying to hook up with some complete stranger online or buy drugs or something like that. Oh my god, come on. Turns out that she had a Tumblr account without me knowing, despite the fact that for years I've made it a rule that all of my kids tell me their social medias so I can check on them. She said that she only uses it to post her artwork. Everything seemed to be fine though. She said that I'm freaking out over nothing and that I shouldn't have gone through her phone, but I'm the one paying for it, so is it really hers? I will say that she is an adult and should be given a little more leeway than my other kids. I'm worried that she hates me for it though, since we do have arguments about things like trust all the time. OP, from what you've said here, it doesn't sound like you trust your daughter at all. I don't want my children to stop talking to their own mum over me checking on them. Yeah, but OP, be fair though. You're checking her messages, you're checking her social media because you don't trust her. The top comment says you the a-hole. You are snooping through an adult child's phone for absolutely no reason. You could have gotten your phone to check the date and add the calendar invite, and then send it to your daughter if she also needed to hold the date. The fact that you didn't get your phone back to do this implies that you deliberately planned to snoop. Also, it's beyond wild that you'd be upset that you found your adult child had a Tumblr account and you feel entitled to check on all of their social media. Haven't you realized your helicopter parenting has caused a rupture of trust that you see as your daughter keeping secrets when it's only normal teen and early adulthood want for privacy and independence. Your kids are going to stop talking to you if you keep violating their space. And yeah, it is her phone. At least the contents of it. If you want, you can ask her to get her own phone plan, but going through it is going to destroy your relationship with her. Yeah, that's such a good point. The keeping secrets part is the want for privacy and independence. Yeah, this comment too. You the a-hole, please treat your daughter with respect and trust here. Literally seems like an okay young person. Yeah, oh my god, how dare you have a Tumblr account? You didn't inform me about this? Like, come on. The next one's called Am I the Gay Hole? My son came out as gay and I said, hell yeah, bud. Hello all, I'm not sure what to do, but I think I messed up. Yesterday my son, 15, asked my wife and I to talk and said that it was important and I wasn't sure what he wanted to say, but I'm a nervous person by nature and I was anticipating the worst. My main concern was that he was going to say that he wanted to join the military or something. Now, there's nothing wrong with surfing in the armed forces. I did it myself, but I experienced a lot of traumatic things and I just don't want that for my kids. So my first thought that he was going to tell us that he decided to join the army or something, and the thought of it kind of panics me. So to get back to what actually happened, he had us come into his room and he looked really nervous. He took a deep breath and said, Mum, Dad, I just wanted to let you know that I'm gay. I hope this doesn't change anything about our relationship. Now, first off, I have no idea why he was worried. We're pretty progressive in our house, but it took him by surprise when I shouted, hell yeah, bud. Oh, thank God. I immediately noticed that he looked kind of weirded out, so I tried to salvage it by saying, go on with your bad self, and offering a fist bump that he did not bump back. My wife was much more collected than me, and she just said that of course we love him, and this doesn't change anything, and that we'd love to meet any future boyfriends, which I was quick to agree about. He hasn't been talking to me much today, and is giving me one-word answers when we usually have a really good convo, and your intentions weren't bad. Yeah, 100% the top comment. I think you should tell him I want to have a quick talk. It won't be long. I wanted to join the military, and when the subject wasn't on that, I became overjoyed in thinking that you weren't going to join and potentially die. You know your dad can be awkward, you know that, and I really messed that one up. I really do love you, son, as you are. I just want you to be happy, and it pains me to know I made you feel any other way. Do you think you can forgive your old man for his crap coming out response? Yeah, definitely. You only need to explain yourself, OP. I'm kind of surprised that you didn't immediately do that, but yeah, you weren't trying to be hurtful or insensitive. Your intentions were definitely not bad, and yeah, he'll for sure understand, OP. Yeah, like this comment too. Not the a-hole. He was probably expecting it to be a big deal, like maybe he thought you were going to be mad and now he's recovering, or he thought you were going to celebrate his bravery and now all of his psyching himself up feels like, yeah, definitely. The next one is called Am I the Gay Hole for refusing to waive my alimony because my ex-husband has cancer and can't afford it? My ex-husband, 56 male and I, 52 female, got divorced because of his infidelity. He married his affair partner. She was a sex worker 20 years younger than me. As part of our prenuptial agreement, we had agreed that I would receive alimony for being a stay-at-home mum. I was a stay-at-home mum for my entire marriage. We had 3 daughters. He never had a problem with paying alimony after our divorce. We had to be friendly to maintain a good co-parenting relationship. My daughters were very hurt in the beginning, but learned to forgive my husband and his wife. They make TikToks with her all the time now. He ended up getting cancer, and because he became a big spender and had recently started his own business, the bills have been very hard on him. He and his wife asked if I could waive the alimony payments, at least for a little while, so that he can pay for his cancer treatments. I see no reason why they can't downgrade their quality of life. They live in a multi-million-dollar house, and his wife is decked out in designer clothes and has a full face full of procedures. I told them no, and they've been pressing me to waive my alimony payments. They've even made my daughters bring it up. He's called me cold-hearted and said that he'd been good to me. Well, by having an affair, and would have helped me out if I was going through a hard time. Am I the a-hole? Edit, he has early-stage thyroid cancer. It's very treatable. He's not gonna die. No, you're not the a-hole, OP. And yeah, you're right, they're living a lifestyle that they can't afford. Maybe they need to stop doing that. The top comment says not the a-hole. That they live above their means isn't your problem. They asked and you said no. That should have been it, but here's why I really feel like you're not at fault. They keep on harping after you said no, and then they try to use the kids. That's a super low thing to do. And then he calls you names and says how good he's been after he cheated and it led to divorce. The alimony isn't being good. That's court mandated. He would have helped out. Oh yeah, right, easy to say now. He didn't help you out when he helped himself to another woman. Yeah, damn right. If they really had a money crunch, they can probably sell cars or a house or take a loan against the house, which they can pay back when they downsize the house after. Basically, there are many other avenues before the alimony payments. They probably went for that because it'd be the easiest if you just agreed. Does the wife not work? The comment under that says, I mean, he probably didn't want her to keep her job once they got married. Yeah, that's also a good point. Yeah, the part where he said that he's been good to you. The bloody audacity. Like, oh yeah, I've been so good to you. I've been the best partner ever. Especially that part where I've been cheating on you. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, and like that comment said, the alimony is court mandated. If it wasn't, I doubt he'd be paying it just out of the kindness of his heart. Yeah, Yeah, no, that's so wild, and you're not the a-hole, OP. And also this comment, not the a-hole. He hasn't been good to you. He's given you alimony because he's legally required to. He cheated on you and then left you. He's getting your kids involved in a disagreement that has nothing to do with them. I'm sorry that he has cancer, but this is a him problem, not a you problem. Yeah, definitely. The next one that we're going to read is called, Am I the a-hole for refusing to let my in-laws see my daughter after what they did during her birth? I, 29 female, recently gave birth to my first child, a beautiful baby girl named Lily. My husband, 32 male, and I have been over the moon, but our joy was ruined by an incident with my in-laws that I can't get over. For context, my mother-in-law Karen, 58 female, and father-in-law Bob, 60 male, have always been overbearing and intrusive, but my husband and I have tried to keep the peace. During my pregnancy, Karen was constantly criticizing my choices, from my diet to my birth plan. She insisted on being in the delivery room, which I firmly declined. She threw a fit, claiming that she had every right to be there as the grandmother, but I stood my ground. Good job, OP. When I went into labor, my husband and I headed to the hospital. Everything was progressing normally until I was about to start pushing. That's when the door burst open and Karen and Bob barged in, having lied to the nurses to gain access. I was in the middle of a contraction in immense pain, and suddenly I had my in-laws in my face shouting encouragement and trying to film the birth on their phones. I was mortified and enraged. I screamed at them to get out, but they refused. They said they had a right to be there. My husband tried to get them to leave, but they wouldn't budge. The nurses and the other hospital staff had to physically remove them from the room. This caused such a commotion that my labor stalled, and I ended up needing an emergency C-section due to the stress and the delay that they caused. After Lily was born, Karen and Bob were unapologetic. They actually had the nerve to post about the birth on social media, including pictures they took during the chaos without our consent. They announced her name and details before we had a chance to, and even worse, they shared a picture of me they clicked while I was in the delivery room earlier, before the emergency C-section, trying to push. I was pissed and heartbroken. This was supposed to be a private special moment for my husband and me, and they completely violated that. I decided then and there they wouldn't see Lily until they showed genuine remorse and apologized. When we got home from the hospital, they demanded to visit. I told them they were not welcome, and I explained why. Karen blew up, saying that I was cruel and a biatch, denying them their rights as grandparents. Oh my god, they sound revolting. My husband is supportive but torn because they're his parents. Yeah, but he shouldn't really be torn about this. They've since started a smear campaign against me, to the rest of the family painting me as the villain who's keeping their grandchild away for no good reason. Now I'm getting calls and messages from the extended family, from my husband's side, accusing me of being heartless and unforgiving. What? They say that I should put it behind me for the sake of family harmony, but I can't. No, you definitely shouldn't, OP. Also, my husband's two sisters are saying that if they were kind enough to forgive me after I threw a hissy fit and embarrassed and insulted them by getting them thrown out of the delivery room, then I should forgive them too. Oh my god, get out of here. This is infuriating. Every time I think about what they did, I get so angry and upset. I don't trust them, and I don't want them around my daughter until they truly understand and regret the pain they caused. Am I the a-hole? Oh my god, no, OP, not even a little bit. For pulling something like that, they're lucky that you even spoke to them again. That's despicable behavior, like straight up. You don't forgive stuff like that. Taking away such a beautiful moment and making it so stressful and so awful. They are completely heartless, not you, OP. They didn't even bloody apologize. Oh my god, I don't feel like you're angry enough, OP. The top comment says, not the a-hole, your in-laws' behavior was unacceptable, and you are justified in not wanting them near your daughter until they apologize and show genuine remorse. You're not obligated to forgive them for their actions. Yeah, 100%, and those sisters can get out of here. Why the hell should you forgive them? They sound like awful people to do stuff like that, OP. The comment under that says, not the a-hole. As a mum, I just feel white hot fury reading this post. Your husband needs to get his crap together and support you 100%. Any feelings he has should be talked out with people who aren't you, because you and the baby need to come first. You could have died. The baby could have died. They could have killed you and your child, and your husband is torn. Screw that. The entitlement is revolting. Like, imagine feeling like you were so entitled. Oh, you're taking away our rights as grandparents. What the hell? And yet this comment too. Were the doctors able to locate your husband's spine? And also, it's so frustrating when other family members get involved and they say their 2 cents when they weren't even there and they don't even know the story. Like the sisters that said that OP should forgive them. Stay out of it. That's so annoying. Sorry, that was so frustrating. Like, these people are not the people that you keep the peace with. They do not deserve to see your daughter, OP. Don't let them walk over you, whatever you do. And what, be a doormat to these people and keep the peace? Why, so you can have them in your life and make your life miserable? Wait until they're genuinely sorry, if that's even possible for them. Also, this comment, your in-laws traumatized you, physically harmed you, and risked the lives of both yourself and your daughter, and then did a public victory lap about it while while publicly violating your privacy, never speak to them again, except using lawyers and then sue them for it all. Yeah, I don't know, this made me so mad. OP, please don't let them off the hook. It's so absolutely messed up what they did. Wow, that was unbelievable. The next one is called Am I the Gay Ho for Leaving My Husband Without Putting Up a Fight? Oh god, not one of these ones. My 25 female husband, 30 male, has been acting really strange recently without any explanation, leaving really early and random expensive gifts with no apparent reason. I'm not naive and I put two and two together and I realized that he was cheating. I didn't want to start looking through his phone and his belongings or start stalking his social media or any of that. So I sat on the couch and I waited for him to come home. Once he got home, I asked him to sit down and I asked him if he was cheating. He was honest and he told me that he was and apologized, said that it meant nothing and it wouldn't happen again. Honestly, I couldn't trust him, and with that trust, a relationship can't survive. So I went upstairs, packed my things, and he chased after me, asking me to stop and give him a chance. I just finished packing and I left. This was 3 days ago, and since I left, I've been bombarded with text and emails and voicemails saying, how could I leave without even trying to fix things? Oh my god, get the hell out of here, dude. And that if I ever loved him, I would want to stay and go through this? Oh, you're joking. And that every couple goes through hard times? Bro, not like this. I'm really conflicted, as on one hand he was my first love, and I haven't lost those feelings overnight, but on the other hand he broke my trust, and truthfully, he won't ever earn that back. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole, OP. You did the right thing. And oh my god, he can take a hike. Oh, if you ever loved me, then you'd want to stay and go through this. Every couple has hard times. If you ever loved OP, you wouldn't cheat on them, you dingbat. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Trying to bloody justify it too, like, oh, every couple goes through hard times. Not every couple cheats on each other, dude. No, you're doing the right thing, OP. Get out of there. Yeah, the top comment, not the a-hole. Ask him this. How could he cheat without even trying to fix things? If he ever loved you, he wouldn't have cheated. Every couple goes through hard times. Yeah, yet somehow you were able to stay faithful. Yeah, he does not have a leg to stand on, OP. Yeah, like that comment said, how could he cheat without trying to fix things? Why should you have to fix things now when he's gonna go and do stuff like that? That's hilarious. Not in a funny way, in a disappointing way. Like, that's so pathetic that you almost have to laugh. Like, the audacity, what are you talking about? Yeah, and also this comment, every couple goes through hard times. Hard times, sure. This crap? No. You're not the a-hole, OP. Yeah, and also this comment, you're already out. Stay out. You did the right thing. Oh, I'm so sorry, OP. That's so sad. But somebody that's willing to do that, OP, is definitely not somebody that you should be staying with. You ruined it, dude. OP didn't do anything. Oh, that's so wild when cheaters say stuff like that. Like, oh, why didn't you fight for me? Why would I want to? Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna really fight to be with somebody who's gonna cheat on me and then say that it meant nothing? So what, does your partner mean even less than nothing? Yeah, that's awful. And that's enough for today. That was such a wild episode and I hope you guys enjoyed that. I do have something wholesome to show you guys before I go. My son's teacher has banned me from decorating my son's bananas as they were causing too much of a ruckus in class, and honestly, knowing that my art caused a class of 6-year-olds to riot is probably one of the best compliments I've ever received. I wish I took more photos before the ban. God, that's so cute. You did such a good job, OP. I've never seen somebody do that either, but that's so cool. Okay, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And the comment of the day today goes to the Dragon Mama. I love the reincarnated chickens. I'm wedding planning and it made me immediately smile thinking of my future partner. I love the wholesome memes, Vincey. Such a great way to end it. Oh, thank you so much, and thank you for the support. That means so much to me. And that's so sweet too, thinking about your future partner. I hope you and your future partner have a beautiful life together. And thank you for watching the videos. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!